Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and very good evening for all audience and panel members. I'm your moderator, Amiruddin Zamzuri. Welcome to the Forum of Culture and Tradition. As we are Malaysian, we'll be focused on all the ethnic and race in our beloved Malaysia. Before the forum begins, I would like to introduce our panel members. The first speaker is Muhammad Shahmi bin Abdul Rahman, following by Nur Aziatul An-Nisa binti Rosli, Muhammad Shahmi bin Abdul Rahman, Nur Farah Nadia binti Zainuddin Osman, Muhammad Faizal bin Zakaria, and Muhammad Yasir bin Yahya. Malaysia is a multicultural society. The main ethnic groups are the native Malays as well as large population of Chinese and Indians. When visiting the country, it is clear that the ethnicity retain their religion, custom, and way of life. Without further ado, we shall begin the forum. By that, please be my guest, Muhammad Shami.
Uh, First of all, thank you to our Mr. Moderator Amiruddin Zamzuri. Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Muhammad Shami bin Abdul Rahman. Today I would like to talk about Malay culture. Malay ethnic is one of the races that is rich in diverse custom and culture. As an example, Malay traditional game. One of the famous traditional games in Malaysia is WOW. The arrival of the WOW game in Malaysia is uncertain of the validity of its date and origins. However, according to historian Cliff Hart, kites in Malaysia originate in China. This is because the design and the character have similarities to the traditional kite from China. Kites in ancient time used white wooden leaf. The possibility of kite evolution in Malaysia has also absorbed culture elements from China. The myth of WOW games is associated with the myth of spirit of Padi, which originate in the north of Peninsular Malaysia in the state of Kedah. It is said that there was a couple in the state who worked as a farmer in a foothill by planting padi huma. While they were growing rice, they found a baby girl and kept the baby girl until the adulthood. Since her husband wanted to thank her for and love her daughters too much, he always brought food to the place where his daughter was playing, which is in the paddy. Her husband's action have caused the wife to feel very jealous. Because of her jealousy, she tortured her daughter to escape in the direction of the west wind. As a result, in that year, the rice that had been worked on did not become. According to the Tok Mijum, who was found to the state that their daughter was actually a spirit of padi, and advised the farmer as a sign of apology, they were required to create a board that resembled Wabulan and was sewn using a straw rope. The other story, Wow have been played by farmers after harvest as a sign of rejoicing after hard time farming. So I think that's all from me. I would like to give back to our moderator, Mr. Amiruddin Zamzuri. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Shahmi, for the presentation. Quite impressive there. I never knew that WOW had such a long history back then. It definitely wasn't an ordinary kite, isn't it? I wonder what tradition and culture will be delivered by our next panelist, Nur Aziatul Anisa. Please.
Thank you so much, Amiruddin Zamzuri. Hi everyone, my name is Nur Aziatul Anisa, and today I would like to share about Chinese culture or traditions. As we all know, Chinese is one of the race that we can find in this multiracial country. And did you guys know that in the Chinese culture, when it's about giving gifts, we must give them in an even number because the odd numbers are considered as unlucky to them. And when it comes to number, I think we are all familiar that in the Chinese culture, they don't like the number 4 because they will replace it with 3A, 13A, even 93A. Why is that? That is because in Mandarin, the number 4 has the same pronunciation as death. It is pronounced as she. And but last but not least, in their culture, if we give them flowers that are very least favorable, and that is because flowers are mostly given to the sick or during funeral ceremonies. So that's all for my sharing. I hope that with this sharing, we have a better knowledge and understanding and be more sensitive when it comes to other people's culture or traditions. Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll get back to Amir then.
My pleasure. Wow, what a wonderful info. Indeed, Chinese people is one of the most majority race on earth. You had us back there. Okay, for the next panelist, we'll hear from Nur Farah Nadia. Let's hear it.
Thank you to our moderator. My name is Nufara Nadia. Today I would like to talk about Indian culture in Malaysia. Indian is the third largest ethnic group in Malaysia after the Malays and Chinese. There are several Indian festivals. The main Hindu festival that is celebrated is Deepavali, otherwise known as the Festival of Lights. It commemorates the triumph of good over evil and is symbolized by the lighting of oil lamps to dispel the spiritual darkness. The next point is appetizing Indian cuisine in Malaysia. First, nasi biryani. Nasi biryani is a whole sunrise dish. The popularity of nasi biryani is attributed to its aromatic flavors and its distinctively rich taste. Second, banana leaf rice. Typically, only vegetarian gravy will be served on the rice, but most establishments today offer various curries, fried meat, or seafood. Next, there are 3 Indian traditional clothes, which is sari, kurta, and dhoti. First, sari. Sari is a 4 or 5 meter long cloth for women. Its texture is from ordinary cotton to silk, mostly thin and soft. People often can distinguish different identities through different saris. Next, kurta and dhoti. Indian men mostly wear very loose-fitting shirt called kurta with underwear called dhoti. A traditional kurta is collarless and falls to about the knee of the wearer. A dhoti is a rectangular piece of cloth, usually white or cream in color. A dhoti resembles trousers but is made of unsewn fabric. It is typically adorned by wrapping it around the waist and legs and then securing it with a knot at the waist. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Bravo! I must say that I can find quite relatively the connection between the Malay culture and Indian, especially the food. Oh, I love nasi kandar. Both of it seems like hardly a similar and unique culture. Let's give a round of applause. Good job. Next, we have on the right corner, I present you Muhammad Faisal.
Thank you to our moderator tonight, Mr. Amiruddin. Hello and Assalamualaikum to moderator and all panelists. I'm Muhammad Faisal bin Zakaria and will bring you Fly to East Malaysia, Sarawak, as known as Bumi Kenyalang. There's one unique ethnic group, Iban, as known as a former headhunter, and their population is 53% of Sarawak population. Their most important festival is Gawai, and we celebrate 2 days on 31st May till 1st June. This is official date for Malaysia to celebrate Gawai. They will celebrate at their house that known as Long House, their tradition house. In Long House, there is about 40 families that live together in that Long House. They gather all of them in the hall of Long House that known as Ruai. Their leader in each Long House that we call Tuai Rumah. He is mostly the eldest in the Long House. During festival, Tua is a drink that must be served to celebrate and welcoming of Gawai. Their men will wear tradition custom that known as gago, and women will wear kumang. They will celebrate by dancing that known as najat and play instruments like sape, berbendai, and engkromong. Okay. Hope by my sharing, we will know more about culture and tradition of Iban, the largest community in Sarawak. Thank you. Back to the moderator.
Thank you, sir. For those who are wondering, Iban is quite famous as the head hunter during the British colonization. They will hunt the enemy and top of their head. The head then will be displayed at the entrance of the house as a symbol of warrior. That's terrified, man. And last but not least, for our final panelist, Muhammad Yasir.
Thank you for moderator Mr. Amiruddin Zamzuri. My name is Muhammad Yasir bin Yahya. I want to talking about Kadazan Dusun culture. I choose Kadazan Dusun, which is one of the ethnic in Sabah, Malaysia. Sabah is indigenous among 42 ethnic, and this is one of it. Dusun people began to employ the term Kadazan to refer to themselves and to distinguish their culture and society from other indigenous population in Sabah. I want to share about art in this ethnic. We move to the first point. Sumazau is a traditional dance performed by a pair of men and women dancers wearing traditional costume and accompanied by the beats and rhythm of 8 gongs. Usually, this dance is performed by the youngster in this tribe by dancing, synchronizing the music, and their dance is monitored by the chief. Secondly, traditional music is usually orchestrated in the form of a band consists of musicians using musical instruments such as the bamboo flute, sempoton, tonggongak, gong, and kulintangan. They made this music instrument by only their bare hand using their creativity. They collect all the natural resources in the nearest forest such as bamboo, rotan, lias, calabash, and wood. Last is the most interesting part about this ethnic. As we can see, they have a tattoo on the part of their body, such as neck, forearm, and shoulder. These tattoos have their own spiritual meaning. That's all for me. Okay, I want to give back to moderator. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great. Yes, I can confirm this. Most of my friends, especially from the East, were well known as great musicians and singers. They had wonderful voice and features. Okay, guys, thank you for the informative and interesting talk. This makes me eager to travel and discover our various culture and traditions. I feel so blessed born as Malaysian. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, finally we have come to the end of our forum for tonight, where we have shared a lot of knowledge which we don't even know before. For the last word from me, I would like to thank again all ladies and gentlemen for tonight, and also to our panel. A billion thanks I dedicate to everyone for cheering up this forum for tonight. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum and have a good day.